Hello and welcome to Tome of Uselessness. I'm Devin.
I'm Dan.
And today we're talking about dinosaurs.
And our favorite dinosaur theme park. Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Yeah, Westworld. That's next season they have Dinosaur World, I assume.
Yeah.
It was unrevealed what some of those other parks were. So.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about that 90s show Dinosaurs with the puppet.
Oh yeah, where they all die at the end?
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I never saw the end.
Oh really? It's like when they all, like, the volcano erupts and, like, kills the dinosaurs.
Even the not the mama.
Yeah, they all die.
Oh.
That's a good show. I used to watch it.
Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We're
Spoilers.
talking about Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Well, the Jurassic franchise.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Well, that's what I said. Jurassic Park and World.
And World.
Yeah.
Jurassic Universe.
It's so terrible to think that's, like, probably what the idea is.
That's the next movie. It's going to be Jurassic Universe, and it's going to be dinosaurs in space.
Yeah.
You know, the little, like, diver bell helmets, but on the dinosaurs, and they'll just be floating around. And it's going to be so cute.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like old sci-fi, like the Jetsons. They just have, like, the glass bubble.
Jetpacks and glass bubbles and ray guns.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be so good. I think we're probably going to focus more on the movies than the books, but you have read the book.
Just the first one.
Just the first one?
Park, yeah.
And I think maybe we start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, 1993, like we were just talking about.
Yeah. So directed by Steven Spielberg. Starring some people.
Great cast. Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, of course. Laura Dern, I think, is her name. And then you got the kids.
Who cares?
And then
Newman.
Weasel guy, who's the lawyer, and Newman.
Yeah.
Patrick Knight, I think it is. I know his last name's Knight.
I don't know what his name is. Just know him as Newman.
Samuel L. Jackson is in there.
Is he really?
Yeah, he plays the other computer guy. Who gets he gets eaten off screen by a raptor.
Okay, so here's the first thing.
Yeah.
But before we talk about anything else about the movie.
Yeah.
The John Williams score.
Yes.
And the first time you see the dinosaurs on screen with the peoples is amazing.
It's burned into your brain if you're born anytime. If you saw this movie when you were in your teens to whatever, it's in your brain.
It's in your brain. Yeah. It was beautiful. It was, like, overwhelming.
It was amazing.
You'd never seen anything like that on screen before.
No,
they
not
did
the CG.
Yeah, they did a mix of, like, practical and CG, correct?
Yeah, what they did was Tyrannosaurus Rex you see in most scenes is the practical Tyrannosaurus Rex. They built it.
Yeah.
And then they CG modeled all of the dinosaurs based off of Stan Winston's company's animatronics that they had built of the dinosaurs, and so that they would move like a real animal, because he had done a lot of studies to stop motion the animals.
Ah, cool.
And then of course they switched from stop motion to CG.
Yeah.
When a guy ILM convinced him to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then what was his name? Phil Tippett and Stan Winston. Yeah, and then, like, a bunch of, like, effects wizards. Guys like are just, they're huge in the whole industry.
But it was
changed it.
Overwhelmingly beautiful.
Oh my gosh, it still holds up today.
Pardon me. It totally does.
Yeah.
It totally does. All that being said, I think I was 7 when it came out. I was terrified. I spent most of the movie in the bathroom.
Oh no.
I think I've seen it since then. And there's big gaps in my memory, so I don't know if I have PTSD from the dinosaurs or what's going on. But I don't remember a lot about that movie.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Which is perfect for us to talk about it for an hour.
Well, I recall a lot of it. Well, we're going to move on from it eventually, but I think, just like you said, it was kind of like, Spielberg, he's the man for that, like Jaws, in that it was like the watershed movie to this is how CG technology can work. Even the exchange between...
I was also terrified of Jaws.
Yeah, well, but it was just like, it was like a summer blockbuster, and it kind of created that trend.
I think I watched 5 minutes of Jaws, and then I spent the rest of the time in the
good 5 minutes.
The first 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, but it changed cinema, and the exchange where he talks with Jeff Goldblum's like, oh, what are you guys going to do now? And Sam Neill's like, oh, I think we're going to have to find another job. That was basically like a real exchange between a practical effects artist with like a CG guy. I was like, what are we going to do? He's like, I think I got to get a new job.
Oh, wow.
Because just what they were able to accomplish. And it's funny, I think, as well, when you look at this movie, the amount of CG in it's like so minute. Of course, to anything now, right?
But it was intense.
Yeah.
That was back before they used green screen. They were still using blue screen.
Yeah.
Just random beside note for people.
John Hammond creates this theme park, genetically engineers dinosaurs, which is also funny because this was just around the time when we were getting more actual knowledge of dinosaurs, because we know now that they would most likely have feathers.
Right.
And they were like far different than the on-screen monsters that we get to see.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But then it's like in the later ones, they should have maybe corrected that. But then they do some meta comments once in a while where they're like, it's just genetic monsters. And you're like, but then why are you calling them dinosaurs anyway? So yeah, and then it all goes horribly wrong because Nedry is trying to do some espionage.
Who is?
Newman is trying to do some espionage to steal the dino DNA for another company, a rival genetics firm.
Is he going to scan the guests' brains so that they can
No, maybe later.
use them to make clothes? Yeah. No, wait, that's Westworld. Yeah, damn it.
Maybe later. But of course that goes wrong, and then to do it, this is such a weird convoluted, he's like, I have to turn off all the gates and everything, and then there's a big storm, and then it all goes wrong.
Yeah, it was not a very good plan.
Yeah, and I always thought the plan, I was like, okay, so, it's stormy, the plan's not going to work out, just do it another time. Just be like, we'll call it off, when it's not stormy, I'll do it again.
Yeah, no. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he wanted his payday.
Yeah, obviously, who doesn't?
Although it's curious because I assume being like the master computer guy that he was probably either could get stock options, like he could probably be invested in InGen and Jurassic Park.
You know that there are like white collar crimes that he could have done way more successfully
than stealing dino DNA. Like if the park was successful, his shares would probably be worth billions.
Yeah, it's a good point. So the movie's stupid. No, it's a great movie. You should still go see it.
Yeah, of course. I saw one guy put a grade of like wonder and horror.
Yeah, it's like, that's actually a really good way to describe it. It's so amazing, all
these dinosaurs. Guess what? We don't control nature, and it goes loose.
And it was full of Jeff Goldblum memes. Being sexy.
Yeah. Anytime he's...
You can get a pop vinyl of him lying down with his shirt open. Yeah.
When he's injured?
Yeah. That exists. You could have it in your home.
Sure.
Jeep was in it too. They were a sponsor.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen pictures of some of those. Right?
You know when you watch YouTube?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I love Squarespace. It's the best.
Yeah.
For younger listeners, that's what they used to have to do in movies.
Well, they still do it now.
I know, but...
And it's worse.
It was just obvious to me.
Right.
Yeah. Because I remember all the Jeep commercials.
Yeah, I don't really think too much about product placement in movies unless it's annoying. Because I know it's real. I know these products are real in life, but then it's always just annoying when it's the shot and it's I'm using my Sony Ericsson, and you're like, come on, guy, just be I'm using my phone.
Yeah, that one scene at I love 28 Days Later. I think it's an excellent movie.
Yeah.
But there is at the very beginning when you get that aerial shot of Cillian Murphy naked in the hospital bed.
Yeah.
Right before that or right after that, you get a slow pan past a Pepsi vending machine.
I remember Pepsi prominent, but I just assumed that was debris kind of thing. But.
No, but you get Pepsi, everything else is decaying and it's Pepsi glowing. Nice. Yeah. Anyways, that's neither here nor there.
So yeah, some people survive the monster and they escape.
Yeah.
And other people die, unfortunately.
And the Tyrannosaurus Rex is very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, it was.
That was the big bad in that one. Right?
Well, basically what was touted was the T-Rex is super badass, and you're like, oh, okay, everyone knows. But then there was we got these Velociraptors, and then they're foreshadowed as you don't even see them.
Right.
And it's just wow, these are weird killing machines. Yeah. And then they get loose. And then it's now there's these other killing machines. And then there's just death.
But the Velociraptors weren't the umbrella ones.
No, that's the Dilophosaurus.
Yeah.
And spat venom.
Spat venom. Yeah.
Spat hot fire.
People missed that, but I was doing it with my hands.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's that great scene in the kitchen. That's in the first one, right? Yeah. With the girl hiding, and then she uses the reflection to...
Clever.
Yeah.
Clever girl.
Wasn't Clever Girl a different part?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. She's also being clever. Gotcha.
Everyone's clever. Everyone's
Not
clever
me.
sometimes.
No.
I don't know. I mean, there's not much else to say aside from that. It was a great movie. The story structure is incredible. The script is actually really good if you like break it down and look at it, stuff like that. In fact, Lessons from the Screenplay, he did a video on it not that long ago.
Yeah.
And in screenplay books I've read, like they're like Jurassic Park. Like read that script because it's perfectly paced and perfectly written. All the tension, like from of course the famous scene with the water glass, and it's just like boom.
Oh my god,
and everything shakes and you're like, what is happening? And you're like, these people are screwed.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, they're gonna die.
Yeah, and so it's just like it just builds that tension on tension. And,
for sure.
And it's excellent.
Yeah, how could we talk about this movie without that scene, right?
I was also going to say it was interesting. I just learned that Michael Crichton was writing the book and working on something else with Steven Spielberg.
Oh, really?
I don't recall at the time what that was. And so he had mentioned it. Steven Spielberg liked the idea, went to Universal. They wanted to do it, but the book hadn't even been published yet. They optioned the book before it was even out.
Holy shit.
And that's why it seemed like it was so quick, I guess, that there was the book was released and the movie came out right away or vice versa. I can't remember.
Do you know what he was working on Steven Spielberg with?
I can't remember off the top of my head, unfortunately, but it was like, so that's why it was like, it was either the inverse, it was like super quick because it's like they were already making it, whereas he was working on the book. And of course the book is different in that it focuses more on like the science and the ethics questions and stuff like that, where a movie, it just wouldn't work as well.
No, you need to have people getting chased by dinosaurs in a movie. Because if you had a movie about dinosaurs and it took place in a lab, like who's going to watch that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that also happens in the book.
Yeah, but that would be a different movie. Yeah. Different tone.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. I'm not disparaging the movie in it.
No. The movie was great.
It's like a perfect adaptation. Because Crichton and, I forget his name now, but one other guy, they worked on the screenplay.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
To make it what it was. But yeah. Okay. And then they moved on and made the second one.
Yeah, so then we had like a great movie, and then we had two shadows of shitty movies.
Yeah. Well, the main problem is, obviously, okay, because they're going to make a sequel because they made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's like, what do you do? Like, even I'm trying to think, I've tried to think of like other ideas, and you're like, what do you do?
Just to be clear, because my memory is not great.
Okay.
At the end of Jurassic Park, they leave the park.
Yes.
But they leave the dinosaurs in the park?
Yes.
They don't kill them?
No.
Okay.
They have no means to like mess with them. They're just getting out.
They're just like, okay, you guys just chill on this island?
Yeah.
Okay. Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, takes place at a different site?
Site B, they call it. It's the island like beside Jurassic Park.
Did the dinosaurs swim there?
No. Site B was like where they raised them and then brought them over to Jurassic Park.
Okay. So baby dinosaurs
were given. Yeah, or it's not. Yeah, it's like baby dinosaurs, or it's also like, like they could be born in Jurassic Park because you see some being born there, and then maybe they get transported there.
Okay.
And then they're just like roam free in their wherever paddocks, and then so it's not really totally explained. It's pretty loosey goosey.
Yeah.
And also as well as because after the abandonment, they, I assume all the fences get broken down and etc.
Right.
And then so like they're just wild animals now wandering around.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
Go be wild animals.
Yes.
Go be genetically engineered monsters just roaming around on your island. That's fine.
Totally fine.
Maybe we can send the pedophiles there. Okay, so Site B.
Yeah.
That was probably an off-color comment. But you know what? I just don't really care if pedophiles get offended by that.
Okay.
The end. Okay, so Site B.
Yes.
I don't know if we've seen this. No, we have discussed this. I've at least seen the last 5 minutes of the second movie.
Right. Yes.
So
or 10 minutes anyway.
Yeah. Site B is in working condition at this point?
No, it's broken down.
It's broken down. Okay. Yeah. So who is in this movie? Is it the same cast? Is Sam Neill?
No, Sam Neill is not in
He's out, but he comes back in 3.
In number 3, yeah. Jeff Goldblum's in the second one.
Oh, is he?
And Julianne Moore and Vince Vaughn.
Oh, I like Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
I don't like Vince Vaughn. Does he die? I don't think... Wait, who's Vince Vaughn again?
Well, here's my problem with the Vince Vaughn character.
Wait, he's the guy that was in, like, Fred Claus, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't like him.
Okay. No, he initially... Because basically Hammond contacts Goldblum and is like, hey, I want you to go to Site B to, like, check out on the dinosaur just to make sure they're all right kind of thing, collect data and etc. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. And he's like, well, your girlfriend's already there. So
his girlfriend is Julianne Moore.
It's Julianne Moore. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna go to get her back.
But I thought he liked Sam Neill's girl.
Oh,
I thought there was some good sexual tension going on.
It didn't work out.
He opened his shirt up, light down.
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't work out. And then, so they go, and Vince Vaughn goes with them, and he's like, oh, I'm like a photojournalist, like a wartime correspondent.
Why is he going?
To take pictures.
Why are they letting
To document the dinosaurs.
But this is a private establishment.
No. He's not just. He's part of the expedition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's hired on to go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then after they go and they find Julianne Moore, and it's all like, ooh, it's dinosaur-y.
Turns out he's actually a dinosaur.
No, I was just saying. Then you get the InGen idiots come in with mercenaries, and they just start capturing them because they want to bring the dinosaurs to like San Diego and have Jurassic Park on the States. They don't want people to go to an island. They're like, it'll be just easier. We got dinosaurs over here. And then it turns out Vince Vaughn's a Greenpeace type activist and lets all the dinosaurs out of the cages.
Oh, and that's why they get. That's why they run free through the city.
Yeah, no, that's why they run free and they break through, smash all their equipment, and then now they're like, now we can't leave. And I'm like, what? This is the stupidest thing ever. And there's a great sequence where their vehicle's hanging off a cliff because they have the T-Rex baby because they fix its leg. Which, why would you touch that?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a great sequence. And then they're like, oh, now that the T-Rex has been here.
Like, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, it's like a big long
hanging
trailer.
off and they're like trying to like...
Yeah.
Oh, and then it keeps falling and then they're like going... Yeah. Okay, I vaguely remember that scene.
It's a great sequence.
Yeah.
But it's so dumb. And then
super tension.
Now they're like, oh man, now the T-Rex has been elsewhere. Now his territory's expanded. We should move to another area of the island, and you're like, all right, to get rescued, I guess. But then they've been told the whole time, don't go near the middle, it's where the predators are. And then they go to the middle. Where the predators are.
Some more poor decision making.
Yeah.
Once again, you should have just done white collar crime.
Because there's a stupid scene where like the hunter guy, I don't remember his name, but he's a great actor, and his assistant. And like the hunter guy's with like Vince Vaughn and them, and then the assistant guy's like running, and he's like, "Don't run in the long grass. It's where the raptors are." And then he throws his bag as like a marker, and then runs in the long grass. And then they all get eaten, and it's like...
Wait, isn't there's this scene in that movie, too, where there's, like, a line of mercenaries in the grass?
Yes.
And
they all just get taken out?
They get... the raptors come from the sides.
Yes.
And then
that's that same scene, yes.
All you see is, like, guys go down and raptor tail go up.
Yes. That is that scene.
So good.
Yeah. So, and like I was saying, maybe it's like, what do you do for a sequel? How do you get people to these dinosaurs?
Yeah.
And then it leads to...
And in the new movies, which we'll talk about eventually...
Yes, we'll get there.
We get that same problem with a creative twist.
Yeah, it's like, how do you get the dinosaurs on screen with people? Like, why are people going to this island? And
I left my phone there.
Yeah, oh,
go back to my phone. Guys, I left my charger.
Well, and then the hunter guy, he manages to trank the T-Rex.
Yeah.
And then they take the T-Rex and the baby to San Diego because they're like, we're gonna have the zoo.
So I watched a video with like the top 10 Jurassic Park deaths.
Yeah.
And so I'm assuming this scene is from the second movie, where there's like a guy and he's like, "Oh, little baby T-Rex, I'm gonna help you." And then the big T-Rex comes in the background,
silently and stealthily.
Yeah, and he doesn't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That is the end of this movie.
And then the little baby eats him.
Yes. That's Hammond's nephew.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's all like, InGen's gonna make mad profits from dinosaurs, which I don't know how. But and then
it's like the South Park method, obviously.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Profits. Yeah. And then he gets T-Rexed and
okay, cool.
At the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because that is a fun sequence. It's T-Rex in San Diego. It's smashing through some houses, eats a dog.
Yeah,
it's
I
remember. It's drinking from a pool. It smashes against a bus.
Luckily, you don't see him eat the dog. You just see the like chain hanging out of his mouth with the doghouse, and then the doghouse smashed.
Well, that's a la goat from the first one too. You don't see him really. You kind of see him gulp down the goat, and the leg lands on. The leg lands on their car. But and then here's the funny thing about the movie, because it's like moral question about like, should we mess with nature? And then at the end of the movie you have John Hammond's like, hey, leave the dinosaurs alone on this island. Just let them alone. We can't interfere with them.
Well, couldn't he be like, this is my intellectual property. We're leaving them here. End of story.
Yeah, maybe there was, I assume there was lots of lawsuits and stuff like that kind of thing. But he was all like...
And Dr. Wu or Dr. Wong or whatever.
Yeah, nameless scientist somehow becomes big scientist.
He's the most important person in Jurassic Worlds.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but he's just like, we should leave these dinosaurs alone, and they go back.
Yeah. Okay, so that was number 2.
Yeah.
And
briefly, yes.
And then in the third movie, so that was the end of 2, right?
Yeah, the T-Rex is back on the boat, and they're like, send it back to the island and just let it do its thing.
Just put him on a barge and push him in the direction of the island, and then they're like, cool,
it'll work out.
Problem solved.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so the third one I vaguely remember.
Uh-huh.
What was it called? Jurassic Park 3.
I think it was just literally called Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah. Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, it's just called Jurassic Park 3.
Okay. The Revenge of T-Rex.
Yeah.
So Jurassic Park 3, I vaguely remember this. So here's what I remember from the movie.
Okay.
There's an actress in it who is named Téa Leoni.
Yes.
Who is not who I thought Téa Leoni was, because I thought she was the girl from Relic Hunter.
Yeah.
What's his name? The main guy? Sean?
Samuel?
Sam Neill.
Yeah.
Sam Neill goes back to the island with some friends. Mm-hmm. He has a dream about a raptor talking to him.
Yes.
Some flying ones.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Well, I don't know if they're the pterodactyls specifically, but there are some other flying
pterodactyl things
type dinosaur
attack.
Yeah.
And they leave the island. That's what I remember.
Yeah, that's basically.
That's it, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Sam Neill gets conned by Téa Leoni and William H. Macy to go find their kid, who has somehow survived for 6 weeks on the island. And they're like, we tried the government, and the government was like, oh, he's probably dead.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
One kid versus a bunch of dinosaurs.
Yeah, and then the plane immediately crashes that they're on.
Yeah.
And then people just start getting eaten right away by the Uber Spinosaurus thing that they call it.
Oh yeah, they have a new super dinosaur in this one.
That somehow was on Site B, but no one noticed before.
But, yeah, he wasn't in the other movies.
Yeah.
He was sleeping. He was hibernating.
Yeah.
Now he's awake.
And then, they just kind of
But he was a real dinosaur. He wasn't a...
made up one?
It wasn't a made up one.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, it was just from a different era.
He didn't have frog DNA to make him invisible to the human eye.
No, yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's I think it existed way before or way after. I think it was way before, say the T-Rex Jurassic era or whatever kind of thing.
And he fights T-Rex at one point.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some fighting and stuff like that, because they got a CG monster fight.
Obviously, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, and then Grant's assistant's gonna steal a raptor egg, because the whole time it's actually kind of interesting, because at the start of the movie, Alan Grant, Sam Neill, is they're not dinosaurs. They are genetic monsters. Real dinosaurs existed millions of years ago. We do research on them. Those have been altered. They're not real.
He's an anthropologist or something, right?
I assume he's a paleontologist.
Or paleontologist. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
A dinosaur anthropologist.
Yeah, dinosaur anthropologist.
Yeah, okay.
And he's just they're not real dinosaurs. They're just genetic monsters. They look great, but they're not the real deal. And then...
What's wrong with them? Why aren't they the real deal?
Because they've been spliced with frog DNA.
Oh, I thought that was in Jurassic World when they started doing that.
No, that was right in Jurassic Park 1. They're we used amphibian DNA to create the monster. To create
they're
the
unholy
dinosaurs.
Frog dinosaurs.
Yeah, basically. And that's the whole a reasoning about how he's some amphibious dinosaurs, some frogs can change sex to then be able to mate, and that's the reason why the dinosaurs have been somehow perpetuating on Site B.
Right, gotcha. Okay, so I follow.
Yeah, so he's they're not real, and then Buddy, his assistant, is going to steal raptor eggs, because he's we can sell them and or study them, and Samuel the whole time has been they're not real dinosaurs, you idiot.
We can make omelets, it'll be great.
Yeah, because then the raptors don't like that, and they chase him down at the end.
What?
Yeah,
wait, raptors don't like it when you steal their babies?
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
What predators are...
He uses a 3D printing of their nose, skull to communicate, and then they go away.
They had 3D printers back then?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Or at least some sort of modeling. And then, yeah, because they talk about it at the beginning of the movie.
Can I give you a side note?
Sure.
I watched Ocean's 8.
Yes.
And the only, like, kind of interesting... Well, it was, like, an okay movie.
Yeah,
it was a heist movie. It was what I was expecting. There was no, like, oh, my mind is blown. But the coolest part of that movie was that they recorded the diamonds that they were going to steal, and then they 3D printed them from that recording. And I was like, that is a cool use of technology that actually exists.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, because then basically it's like them running around. They find the kid. Like, they get separated. Sam Neill finds the kid. Then they, like, find him. And then they got to run from the Spinosaurus.
And the kid hates his parents, right? Or her parent? Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a boy.
Okay.
No, he's all right with them. And then, they run... There's some shaky cam, there's some action, there's some dinosaur.
Yeah.
The best scene in the movie is probably the one in the pterodactyl confine, because, like, it's all foggy.
Yeah.
And they're, like, walking around, and then the bridge starts shaking, and then you can see, like, a weird figure, and then it's like...
a teenage girl in this, too, though? I kind of vaguely remember one.
I don't recall
maybe
a teenage
just
girl
filled in the blanks.
Yeah, maybe.
These characters suck. I'm making a goth girl to hang out with them.
Yeah, maybe. No, and then there's, like, the pterodactyl, whatever is on the walkway, and then the attack happens, and that was a cool scene.
Yeah. That's why I remembered that scene.
Yes.
Because it was almost as cool as when he had a dream about a raptor talking to him, being like, hey, Sam Neill.
Well, and so apparently, because then at the end of the movie, he calls Laura Dern as his ex-girl. They're not together anymore.
Right. And
then she sends, like, the U.S. military to go get them, and they get them.
And then they leave the dinosaurs on the island?
And then they leave the island. But apparently, so I was doing some research, and the movie never had almost a complete script the entire time they were shooting it. And it was like a 5-week shoot or so, like, or like every
That's
time.
how you know it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's like wouldn't you stop your schedule? Because someone else directed it. It wasn't Spielberg anymore.
No. Did he direct Lost World?
I can't recall. He at least was a producer.
Okay.
On them, if he didn't direct the other projects, right?
Did he have anything to do with Jurassic World and Jurassic World 2?
He was a producer again.
Okay.
Because again,
he just likes dinosaurs and aliens.
Well, and he put the kibosh, I think, on their original Jurassic 4 idea, like, because it was insane.
Oh, what was it?
I think I've heard rumors.
Was it Jurassic Universe? Did they send them to space?
No, basically, it's like some of the ideas almost continued on, where there was going to be raptors being used by, like, a detective, and he was going to be like, fighting stuff like that, like in the cities.
So here's what I picture.
And I think Nathan Fillion was involved.
What?
Yeah, this is.
Where's this movie?
Yeah, no, it was a real rumor.
When you say that, all I can think of is like McGruff the crime dog, but like a raptor in a trench coat with a hat.
No, but it was kind of the same idea, like with Chris Pratt, and he's like controlling and finding, like with the raptors, right? Like, yeah, basically. So apparently there was never any real like done script on the shoot, and that's why there's weird things with like a dream sequence, and then you have some other like some actual clever sequences, but other weird stuff, and it's like apparently the production was not a smooth deal. They were just like, hey, let's make another movie because these movies are making a lot of money.
Fair enough.
And then, ironically, the third one didn't make as much money.
What?
Yeah, I know. They did, though, build that Spinosaurus, again, like the T-Rex.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
Like the first one, they built a full-size model of it that was like, 8 tons or something stupid like that, right?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
But, like I said, there's nothing really memorable there.
Pterodactyls.
Because, again, at the end of the movie, like the pterodactyl scene's cool, and then at the end, when they're escaping... Oh, no, that's in the first one. Yeah, the pterodactyls are just flying off.
Yeah.
But that's never brought up again.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah. It's just like, nature. Oh, no.
I'm going to go with cyber implants that won't let them fly away too far. They get zapped.
Here's the thing.
Like a dog. Dogs with invisible fence?
Yes.
But for pterodactyls.
Absolutely. Here's always the thing, and I think they do mention it briefly, how in Jurassic Park 2... They did breed the dinosaurs to have some sort of deficiency, like diet-wise, but then they're like, oh, the dinosaurs found a plant that makes up for it, and then, of course, the carnivores eat the herbivores that eat the plant, so they're able to continue, like, their life. And I was like, okay, but then why don't you just breed them with some kind of, like, major deficiency that they can't get from non-human source?
Fucking dino cancer.
Yeah, or diabetes or something like that, right? Like, because the logic, it's like, okay, if you're going to breed genetically uber monsters, like, why would you not breed a deficiency in them that is greater than they're like, oh, they can eat a plant. Like, why would you even have that plant on the island that they can get it
why
from?
Why would you pick that island?
Yeah. Oh, they can get that plant from that source? It'll be fine.
Don't worry about it. They won't eat it. It's not as pretty as the other plants.
Yeah.
It's just everywhere.
Because I was like, yeah, because it's like, like I was saying, they're like, oh, they can't breed, but then they can.
Yeah.
Because movie. But it's like, yeah, just breed them with a deficiency that they will die without a human intervention.
Just make their lifespan shorter.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure you could do that. You made a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Don't tell me the science is too hard.
They didn't want to mess with nature. They just spliced it with amphibian DNA and made it weird.
They just messed with nature.
Yeah. So again, the third movie just kind of ends and it's like, eh.
Okay. Let's move on.
Then there was a gap.
There was a big gap.
Until Jurassic World.
Jurassic World, and I remember these movies.
Yeah. It won't just be Dan talking.
Yeah. So, okay. I like that Jurassic World makes references to Jurassic Park. So you're like, oh, same universe.
I did like that as well. I was like, okay, it's the same universe. We don't get an idea of the actual time difference between...
Well, John Hammond is dead.
Yeah, but he was an old man.
Yeah.
So he could have died 1 year. Like, he was in a wheelchair in Jurassic Park 2. So
you know that it's been, like, at least a week.
Yeah. They built a whole other park, so 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then they replaced him with, like, handsome billionaire
yeah, I love how that guy's not mentioned and then he's in the second one. No, or you're talking about his other buddy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like...
The East Indian guy?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and he's all like... I'm eccentric and handsome, and I'm a fun guy. I love dinosaurs.
I just like my dinosaur park, where I'm down with the military making weird dinosaurs.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they mention what happened to Jurassic Park? Did all the dinosaurs on the island die? Is this the same island? Is this a different island?
As far as I'm aware, it's not mentioned.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So they have a new island.
But like you say, they do mention Jurassic Park because the one character is like, oh man, that original park was so cool.
He has a t-shirt.
No, it might be the original Site B or Jurassic Park because the kids find like that abandoned complex.
Yeah, they do. That's right.
So it's one of the islands.
They just figured out how to subdue whatever dinosaurs were left.
Yeah, it's called a Barrett 50 caliber from a helicopter.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It's like, oh, will this kill a building? Maybe this dinosaur will die from this bullet.
No, they spliced him with Kevlar.
Yeah, basically. I can kill a tank with this gun. I don't know.
So without getting too much nitty-gritty into the story, I love Jurassic World because it's so stupid.
You know what I liked about Jurassic World as well is that there was a good enough time gap between Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic Park 4 that it seemed...
It's not Jurassic Park 4, it's Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. That it was like logical, that it was like, oh, they figured it out and they made a new park. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was like there was enough time gap there.
It wasn't 2 years.
Yeah, it was just like
10.
You're like, what?
Yeah. This movie is great.
For the most part. It's a soft reboot of a franchise.
It's a soft reboot and it's funny and it's fun, but it's not Jurassic Park.
No.
It's not as groundbreaking.
No.
It's not as emotional. I really don't care about any of the characters in it. But it's great because it's like, do you want to watch Chris Pratt run around with dinosaurs? Do you want to watch him ride a motorcycle with a band of raptors? Here you go.
Yeah. Well, and again, it was like I was kind of saying, it was like, what do you do? How do you get people involved with the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Right? And because I know the movie makes several meta comments about it. Even the kids are kind of bored. They're like in the little sphere and it's like, oh, look, it's a dinosaur. And it's like, yeah, it's a dinosaur. Like,
I would totally go on that sphere ride.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
A hamster ball, why not?
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Totally dope.
Somehow, though, they're able to take it off course. That doesn't make sense, but fine.
There's a lot of things in this movie that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But you got dinosaurs, you got Chris Pratt, you got a girl running in heels.
Yeah. And then, of course, the whole, like, let's militarize dinosaurs plot line.
The best idea ever.
It's so dumb.
Dad, listen to me. Why would you want something mechanical that you know is going to work when you could have a totally irrational dinosaur running around where your prey But they're prey too.
Yes.
Your enemies are also dinner.
Yeah, it's like, I get it, we use canines for things, but dogs are more trainable than a beast from 65 million years ago.
And we've been training dogs for a long time.
That are bred for murder.
Yeah, but no, listen, Dan, this is the best idea ever. Yeah. It's like having a gun where every third shot you might die.
And then, of course, just the fact that they're like, okay, we're gonna make this bigger dinosaur. I love how like the raptor somehow became. It's like, okay, they were smart, and then it's like,
and they can communicate.
So then they just keep splicing it with other things that are like, we'll somehow make it deadlier. It's like, wait, aren't you talking how deadly it is already?
Yeah, but now it can go invisible.
Yeah, that's from heat vision, from infrared.
Oh yeah, it's an invisible dinosaur. Yeah, and it is smarter than people.
Yeah.
Did they put human DNA? I don't remember if they did or not.
Not in the Indominus.
They didn't put it in the new Raptor.
In the new Raptor either. Okay, no, there's no human DNA involved.
Because I thought that was going to be the big reveal, is that they put human DNA, and that's why it was so smart. That they put something smarter than human. They put tree frog DNA.
Well, but I was gonna say, because they do talk about that, how in the third movie, how when they're positing how smart raptors are, and they're like, their brains were bigger, they could communicate, and he was like, dude, they were like smarter than dolphins, they might be even smarter than primates, so they were already kind of being touted as super smart.
They're smarter than Chris Pratt. That's why they took him on as his alpha. That's my favorite line in that whole movie, when they're the kids. He's like, that's Blue. She's the beta, and they're like, who's the alpha? You're looking at him. So fucking stupid.
Yeah, I didn't see this movie in theater. I did see it later.
I did see it in theater.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but and again, maybe because this is Jurassic Park 4, you don't have the awe.
No, it's Jurassic World 1.
Jurassic World, sorry. There is no awe to be like, oh, look, a CG dinosaur. You're like, I've seen CG monsters for 20-something years now. Like,
yeah, it definitely did not have the same emotional response as Jurassic Park.
But and again, it goes back to the sequel thing. It's like, how do you get people involved with dinosaurs? So they did at least have the right idea to be like, they've opened Jurassic Park. You're like, oh, okay, it's a working, functional park. I just would, things going wrong, cool, but it would have been, I don't know, the whole Indominus Rex thing is, I was like,
amazing.
What are you doing?
It was the best idea ever.
Yeah.
Because, nowadays, wars are totally fought, face to face, in the trenches.
Yeah.
There's no, political intrigue or, cyber stuff going on.
Well,
you don't shoot people from far away with missiles. It's totally face to face. So dinosaur makes all the sense.
Yeah, even Vincent D'Onofrio has, a big exposition speech about that. He's like, imagine, being able to hunt down through caves in your raptor and everything, and it's like, what?
Why?
Yeah,
we have drones, dude.
Yeah, why would you even? What's the resources involved in genetically creating raptors and then training them,
feeding them, keeping them alive, making sure they don't eat your troops. Yeah, this is the best call.
I can understand.
Oh, we could cure cancer, but instead we've decided to make dinosaurs to kill more people.
Yeah, I can understand if the theory was it's okay, we're gonna drop in a bunch of dinosaurs without training people, and they're just they're gonna run amok.
Yeah.
Okay, in a country you don't like, but eventually people can fight back. We have guns. We have missiles.
Or if it was a Fight Club situation, they're like, we want to reset things, so we're gonna let some dinosaurs go free. In the financial district or something like that, right? Sure. But it just doesn't make any sense. That's not the way wars are fought.
No.
If they made dinosaurs and then they also made time travel and they set them down in World War II, sure, go for it.
That would mess some stuff up. Yeah. But even then,
we had guns. We had guns.
We have guns and tanks.
We'd fit it.
And it's shown.
Wonder Woman was there. Yeah. Well, that was World War I. Yeah. Sorry.
And there's that scene, of course, when they're all shooting at Indominus Rex, and it doesn't really do anything. But eventually, we'd have bigger guns, or we'd have greater distances, and then shoot it.
They spliced androgynous Rex with guns as well. They used gun DNA. So it was just like throwing a baby at him, right? He's like, I got this.
I mean, there was a couple cool sequences with the Indominus Rex. When it first breaks out, you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Although it was so stupid when they're like,
let's just open the door.
Yeah, let's open the door and go check it out. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Why would you even think that? They're like,
because
it's enclosed in a cage.
Poor decision maker.
Yeah.
That's what Jurassic World. Poor decision making.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, we can't see it on our infrared scopes. Let's go check it out. And it's like, why don't you give it like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Use its little sensory thing in its brain to find where it is.
No, Dan, don't be silly.
Yeah. Because they go to that plan afterwards.
If you can't see it with your eyes, you can't see it.
Because then Claire, I think her name is, Lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
She gets all those people killed instead of being the first thing like, oh, let's check its brain implant.
Also, they have a brain implant. Why didn't they have a built-in function? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like an electrical shock or something like that, right? They could have made it brain damage, but then what would have happened? Then it would have been a brain damaged dinosaur.
Then it's just on a rampage like it was in the movie. It just wouldn't be as smart. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, like the movie is an enjoyable ride, although there's some weird deaths, like the assistant lady. Like, why does she have to die so horribly in this movie? Whereas other people
remember what happened to her.
She gets picked up by like one of the flying ones and then dropped into the big tank with the big Uber one, and then she gets like ripped apart by like the two of them fighting over her, and it's like she was just doing her job. Yeah, she was a little bitchy, but she's like bitchy assistant.
She didn't do her taxes that year.
She didn't want to. She doesn't want to deal with the two kids. Oh no.
Why would you want to deal with kids anyway?
That's what I'm saying.
That would be my first thing. It's like, you guys are bait.
Yeah. So I thought that was a weird death in that movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Well, and then
I like when all the pterodactyls attack Starbucks.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
That was great. Except don't they kiss at that point, or am I making that up?
They kiss at some point.
I feel like there's a point where there's a lot of shit going down, like all the pterodactyls, and then Chris Pratt and Claire have a moment.
Yeah.
But it's like, why didn't either of them get eaten?
No, and I was going to say as well, and then so the dinosaurs are on the loose. Some people are safed and etc. And then they're like, okay, Chris Pratt, use your raptor squad.
Yeah.
Go find the Indominus Rex that's rampaging and then take it down with like these other mercenaries. Yeah. And because it's like, if we can take it down, then we can like regain control of the park. Because that's pretty much the only one that's really rampaging except for the pterodactyls. And, you assume others are out there. But it's the main thing. Yeah. And D'Onofrio wants that because he's like, it'll be proof of concept that we can like hunt down a target. So we can go find Bin Laden, basically. It's like the raptors sniff out something and then they just hunt it down. Yeah. And then it goes wrong because they're like, oh, it's the actual alpha because it's been bred with raptors. And it's like...
But I thought Chris Pratt was the alpha.
But then the raptors help him at the end.
I know, because they're buddies.
You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah. And he helps him in the next movie, too. Yeah. Because Blue's still... Oh, my God. Okay. So, in the end...
At the end, you have Indominus Rex, the T-Rex, and then some raptors all fighting. Yeah. Indominus Rex.
And then you get the best scene ever where the creature from the depths of your nightmares...
Yeah, that's right.
...just comes up and eats some of that.
Right, it eats the Indominus at the end.
Like, yeah. Oh, man. We should have been on that guy's team the whole time.
We should have been feeding him. Yeah, like, really cool with that guy. And again, I don't know, there's nothing like... There's no overall story message or anything. It's just like, disaster on park. Yeah. Because even at the end, they have a line, because Claire's like, what do we do? And he's like, oh, we'll just survive, like the dinosaurs or whatever. And you're like, wait, so are you leaving the island alone now? Like,
yeah, they're just going to leave it.
Yeah, they're just abandoning the island again and leaving the dinosaurs. Because at this point, I would have assumed again, like I was saying, that they would have bred them with a major deficiency so they would die.
No, people don't learn. Yeah.
Because your B.D. Wong scene where he's all
I love him. He's
now
great.
I'm evil geneticist for some reason.
I want to make things even spookier. Yeah. I'm going to splice it with more shit. Yeah. All the things. Yeah. Everything. Like, I'm going to make this, and I'm going to call him Noah's Ark, because I'm going to put every animal into it.
I was going to say, it's like the beginning of the Hulk, the Ang Lee one, where he like slices, like he takes like starfish and all sorts of stuff like that, and then splices it all together, and then he injects himself with it, and that's how he passes on the Hulk DNA.
I don't think I've seen the first Ang Lee one.
Really? I like the Ang Lee Hulk. I know everyone's down on it, but I thought it had some cool stuff in it.
Because the Ang Lee didn't do the one with
Ed Norton?
Ed Norton.
No, he didn't.
Okay, I liked that one.
Yeah.
I like sad that Ed Norton isn't Bruce Banner, because I liked him as Bruce Banner.
Yeah, I think we've discussed this. I
just don't like Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, I think he would have had different...
dad.
He would have had different demands, and like, he's more of an actor.
Yeah.
Right, so...
He was like, I need Brad Pitt in this movie.
Yeah.
As my alter ego. As my stuntman.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get down to...
Yeah, were we done with Jurassic World? I don't know. You didn't want to say anything more about it?
It's a great movie. You should watch it.
No, fair enough.
It's a terrible movie.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an entertaining 2 hours.
Here's the thing. Get high. Watch Jurassic World. Your night will be great.
Sure.
Like don't do meth or anything.
No, yeah,
smoke a little pot.
Sure.
Watch Jurassic World. Make some popcorn. It's a great night. It's a great night.
Fair enough.
I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah.
It's not a thinking man's movie.
No.
It's a visual splendor. Don't think about any of the science.
It's also what it is like none of them have like the build up like the first one.
Yeah, there's no build up.
Yeah, it's just like immediately dinosaurs problem. Oh shit, we're running now.
Do you want to see cool dinosaurs doing cool shit?
Yeah.
Watch this movie.
I guess. And I guess that's there's no like story ramp, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. But yes.
It's an action movie. That's what it is.
No, that's what they've turned into, and that's fine, but
that's how I would describe it. I'd be like, get a little high.
Yeah.
Watch the movie.
Yeah.
Have some popcorn. Mm-hmm. That's it. Go to bed.
Although, before we move on, because I know we were just joking around about it, of course, Claire running in her heels.
Yes.
And I remember watching this scene in the movie because I'd heard, of course, and how it was like, it doesn't even make any sense. And of course it doesn't make any sense. But I also did give whoever that was credit, whether it was not Jessica Chastain.
I have no idea.
She's Ron Howard's like niece or something like that.
That's why she's red hair.
Yeah. I give her or her stunt woman full credit for doing that run in those heels.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
And apparently, according to the internet, she wanted to wear the heels.
Yeah.
The director didn't want her to wear the heels.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
Yeah.
And then it became a big thing.
It became a big meme thing, yeah.
Yeah.
She's running in those heels. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of ridiculous, but it was impressive.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I couldn't even walk in heels. So
I could get you some if you wanted to try.
I'm
make
okay
a video for
trying.
YouTube.
No. And then...
We have the same size feet.
No, yeah.
I'll just bring you some next time.
No. Our Jurassic Park discussion went a little long, so join us next time for part 2. In the meantime, check out our website, tomeofuselessness.com, for previous episodes and other content. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.